What's up everyone, welcome to Stockton. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. On this channel, we talk about stocks before they start blowing up, say goodbye to chasing stocks at all-time highs, and say hello to making some money. So if this sounds like something you want to take advantage of, then hit that beautiful subscribe button and like the video. Now let's get to it. Before we get into the video, I have to say that I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say is just my opinion and is for entertainment purposes only. Having said that, if I'm talking about a company, I'll let you know whether I'm personally going to invest in it or not towards the end of the video. But you should always do your own due diligence, so with that out of the way, let's get started.
Hello fellow Tellurians, hope you're all doing well. Unfortunately, my prediction in the last video turned out to be true. If you recall, I talked about how if we don't get any new news on new commercial deals, we might be going down to that $4 mark, maybe even slightly below that, and that's exactly what's happened this week. But do we care about these short-term fluctuations? Of course not. We're here for the long term. I know I am, and I know that many of you are as well. In a recent video, Charif Souki basically praises us retail investors because we help destroy shorts, which help Tellurian out in a massive way. We've seen a lot of volatility with Tellurian, and a little dip under $4 is not going to shake us out of our positions. But what I don't like is that Bloomberg recently just labeled Tellurian as a meme stock. This is from yesterday and it makes no sense to me. It seems like these days, stock experts on the media just read some data points and state everything out of context to suit whatever narrative they want. Shorts plus retail investors, oh, this must be a meme stock. We all know that Tellurian has actual fundamentals with 2 commercial deals recently signed and more in the pipeline. Nothing about this company is meme-like. Not saying there's anything wrong with investing in meme stocks. I invested in AMC just because I hate hedge funds, but I didn't make that investment based on fundamentals, which is why I don't like when people label every other company a meme stock. So if I'm able to make this distinction between a meme stock and a non-meme stock, then I'm sure they can as well if they put in a little bit of effort. Now coming back to the Tellurian stock price, there has been a lot of volatility, which has caused some concerns among new investors. But there are many reasons for the share price dropping: normal market fluctuations, algorithms trading the stock, shorts doing their thing, day traders, etc., and also obviously the massive one, which is fear. But the bottom line is that the success or failure of this investment is whether driftwood gets built or not. To do that, financing is required, and to obtain financing, we need commercial deals. Driftwood capacity will be 27 MTPA and phase 1 is 11 MTPA. Souki needs to secure contracts worth 11 MTPA to proceed, and so far he has 2 deals worth 6 MTPA. We still need a few more deals, but all this looks promising. As an investor, I believe Charif Souki can pull this off, which is why I'm holding. If my confidence in Charif Souki drops for whatever reason, then of course maybe I should sell at that point, but I highly doubt that will happen. Being focused on the short-term fluctuations of the share price is not the deciding factor. Again, as I just said, I have a lot of confidence in Charif Souki and I think he'll make driftwood a success, which is why I'm holding long and strong, diamond hands until we're on the moon. Before the pandemic, Tell was an $8 stock. When everything began spiraling downwards, the shorts really piled on and tried everything to drive the company down to bankruptcy. If it wasn't for Souki and us retail investors, this company could have gone bankrupt. Now it is on solid ground, and in my opinion it should now be an $8 to $10 stock, and also Morgan Stanley, by the way, also agrees with this assessment. If it gets close to the $3.50 mark, I'll definitely be looking to buy more. Charif Souki laid out a business model several years ago which is very unique to the industry, and that is what makes Tellurian potentially very successful. The economics for LNG are also improving dramatically across the world, and we have a global movement towards cleaner and renewable energy. In my opinion, all of this points to a very successful venture for Tellurian if the final investment decision is announced. LNG is going to be huge in the next decade or so, and Tellurian is poised to take full advantage of that. Now, for those of you who are new to Tellurian, I just want to read out a bit of this new article on Seeking Alpha, which is really nicely written, so I recommend that you guys go and read the whole thing. But I'm just going to go ahead and read this bit out for you because I think it's really interesting. Tellurian truly is a story of passion, revenge, changing the world and generating profits. Charif Souki, who is often referred to as the godfather of LNG, or as I like to call him, the Elon Musk of LNG, co-founded and was the CEO of Cheniere Energy. Billionaire investor Carl Icahn acquired 15% of Cheniere and gained 2 board seats, then had Mr. Souki fired. His work wasn't finished and Mr. Souki founded Tellurian, which is positioning itself to become one of the United States' premier liquefied natural gas export facilities. Sometimes revenge is the ultimate motivator. I believe Mr. Souki will turn Tellurian into an exporting powerhouse, creating an exciting investment opportunity as shares trade just under $5. Tellurian is a Houston, Texas-based company developing a portfolio of natural gas production, liquefied natural gas marketing, and infrastructural assets that includes an approximately 27.6 million tons per annum LNG export facility. Tell has roughly 100 drillable locations with an estimated 1 trillion cubic feet of net resource and an associated pipeline. Tell is an eco-friendly corporation committed to supplying energy to the global markets with a priority on decreasing urban pollution, reducing worldwide carbon emissions, and slowing the pace of climate change. So basically, Charif Souki has done this before. The father of LNG, Mr. Souki, founded Cheniere Energy back in 1996, which went on to become one of the first companies to export LNG from the lower 48 states in 2016, and the country's leading LNG producer. Cheniere was on the verge of bankruptcy, so much like Tellurian, by the way, but Mr. Souki turned that around by raising $25 billion to construct America's first big LNG export plant. The project's final investment decision was made in 2012 and the company produced and exported its first cargo of LNG in 2016. In mid-December, Carl Icahn, an activist investor, asked Cheniere board members Neil Scher if he would support a new strategy and serve as an interim CEO. Cheniere's board members ended up ousting Mr. Souki, and this was because Icahn had a lot of bitterness for Mr. Souki. In response to this, Mr. Souki turned around and quickly co-founded another LNG company, Tellurian Inc. Now at the end, I just want to talk about the LNG market on a global scale and where things are going in the future. The global population is expected to reach 9.7 billion in 2050, which is exceptionally bullish for oil and gas. Many overlook how many aspects of life oil and gas touch, as it goes well beyond gasoline for automobiles or as a feedstock for energy. Everyday products such as a frying pan, garden hose, paints, lubricants, sporting equipment, plastics, clothing, and medical products can trace back to oil and gas. As our population increases, demands for oil, natural gas, and LNG will increase, as there is a direct correlation. When you consider the products on both a macro and a micro level, you can theorize that Tellurian will become a direct beneficiary of an expanding population as the demand for energy and everyday items increases. If you have a long-term time horizon, Tellurian is an exciting play because the United States has become a critical exporter of energy, which is expected to increase throughout the decade. And Tell's leader Charif Souki has been working tirelessly with revenge serving as motivation. I just want to clear one thing with you guys. In the last video, I talked about how Zacks had downgraded Tellurian to a strong sell. Well, they did do that, but now they've upgraded it to a hold. So I don't know how quickly they changed their minds and what they're smoking, but not that it matters. Literally no one cares about what Zacks does or what they think, but I just thought I'd clear that out and update you on that. Anyways guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you have an awesome day and I'll see you in the next one.